What up, man? Another random blog. These are my motherfucking joints, man. They really helped me get through the day. But random blog, Jhene Aiko reveals the sold out track list. I talked about the cover the other day, you know what I'm saying? Because I do this shit. And I don't even see nobody else doing what the fuck I do. But it is what it is. Imitation is the greatest form of flattery, so I'm flattered. No shade though. But anyway, yeah, so she dropped her album September 9th, 2014. I think we all anticipating this joint, man. Straight up. She kept it minimal with features. You only got Cocaine 80s and Common. You know what I mean? And I'm intrigued to see if she can hold the album herself, because that's basically like her holding the whole project by herself. I mean, the first track you got Brave, To Love and Die featuring Cocaine 80s, Beautiful Ruin, number 3, It's Cool, number 4, number 5, I like how she used this word, Lion King, where it's Lynking instead of Lion, so it's like saying a nigga is lying but trying to be a king at it. It's just, I'm just going off what I just think, what I play on from the wordplay she using. Number 6, Waiting. Number 7, The Pressure. Number 8, Eternal Sunshine. Number 9, Limbo, Limbo, Limbo. Number 10, Promises. Why is everybody making a song called Promises? Wiz got a song called that too. Makes you think, right? Number 11, Ways, but it's in, you know, how they do the whole spell it out in bold letters, meaning acronym for something. Pretty Bird featuring Common. That's another title that just got me intrigued. Like, how they gonna play Pretty Bird? Like, yo, what is they gonna play off? You know what I'm saying? So I definitely think that it's gonna be a good look for that song. 13, Spotless Mind. 14, Remember. 15, My Afternoon Dream. And number 16, You versus Them, acoustic version. So we all understand what acoustic version is. Do I feel there's any pressure on her to like sell and do numbers? Nah, I mean, how the fuck did I even find out about Jhene Aiko? The crazy thing is, I remember her on the Drake track, and I remember her on the J. Cole track on his last album, which that was my fucking joint, man. Like, that was my song. I didn't really pretty much like the song that she did on Drake. What was that? Comeback Season mixtape? You know what I mean? July? It was, no, I did like that song, you know what I'm saying? But she wasn't really known back then. The crazy thing was, you know how when you hear a person, whether it's a rapper or a singer, and you don't really know nothing about them, you don't know who they is, but you just love what they do. And sometimes when you find out who they is and see what they look like and hear they body of work, it kind of can take away from the whole momentum of you want to see this artist, you know, develop into something great, and then all of a sudden you go from barely hearing them to they everywhere, and it's like, yo, I kind of remember, but if you would have jumped on it back then to follow the growth, I think that, you know what I mean? So I forget how I even got on to Jhene Aiko. I think from her features, and I was definitely talking about her voice, her uniqueness, her sound, and shout out to the sub. I do not remember who it was, but they the one that put me on to her mixtape, Sellout. And I definitely went on that piff, listened to it, and was, you know, impressed. I see what she was doing, and I was like what she was doing as far as the R&B, you know, chick, because it's not really that many chicks in the game that's kind of new with a breath of fresh. That's a breath of fresh air. You know, you got the same old Beyonce, Rihanna, so forth and so on. But to hear something new and something refreshed, and it's like the name now got a face to it. It's like, yo, that's the chick that's been on all these joints, and I don't even know how many features she been on. I probably should have looked that shit up before I did this video, but that inspires me to use that information for another video, because she's been on some joints, man, from the minute she started. And from that point on, from that mixtape, even though it came out years ago, and I think I did review it on my old channel, but I've been, you know, into her music like that. So whenever she did a feature, I was like, listen to that song just to see the vibe of it. Then she was on Drake, Nothing Was the Same album, which that shit was crazy. I don't get why she wasn't on the EP that she put out last year. I was like, wait, what? You know what I'm saying? I didn't understand that. And she was on Childish Gambino project. You dig what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I didn't understand why when the EP came out, Drake wasn't on it. Like, that was weird, because then she turned around and was on his project. I don't know. And he's not even on here, so that's why I'm wondering, like, yo, what's up with that? We even seen him in pictures this year. So I'm wondering, is he even going to be on the project, or is this even a real track list? I guess we'll find out soon. But, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely want to see what she going to do with it. That album is just dope. You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't fuck with R&B music, but it's a select few. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't, male R&B cats, I really can't get into all that type shit. I mean, it's cool, some of them, but now it's more like weird. But like people like her, or like some, just different type of music. Like, you know, if you look, you see my catalog, so it's kind of different, where it's like, at least in imagination to just see what the artist can do instead of the norm. You know what I mean? It's the writing. I like to write, so it's the storytelling that I be so intrigued with certain artists, because if you can write a hell of a story, that's what get me into you, pause, like, as an artist, to see, okay, from that aspect, where's she gonna go from there? Because if you listen to her EP and the mixtape she put out, it makes you wonder, because if you look at the titles, all the titles are sinking in together. So it's definitely a story, and I want to see how she gonna bring it all together. So I definitely feel like I'm fucking with the album. You know, I don't really care about if it goes gold or go platinum. You know, I mean, she's still a new artist. I mean, not every new artist comes out and just, bow, smashes us in the head, you know, with the numbers and all that shit, because music shouldn't be about the numbers. Music should be about something that you feel, something that, you know, changes your life in a sense. That's just what I'm saying. I think she has that with the voice, the uniqueness of it, her songwriting, and the way she could tell a story is just crazy. I mean, if you listen to a song like The Worst, I thought that was the most craziest shit ever when I first heard that. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, that was my joint. You know what I mean? I listened to it, and then when the video came out, because she didn't really do a lot of visuals for that EP, and I'm listening and looking like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? If you listen to the words with the visual. So whoever writes her treatments, or if she does it herself, she does great treatments. But I think she should have did a video for the whole EP. I think she should have turned it into like what Kanye did, you know what I mean, to promote his album. She could have turned the whole, from that one scene from that video, that could have been a mini movie, you know, for the album. Like, I don't know why nobody on her team was like, yo, we could just turn this whole album, EP, into a mini movie. You know what I mean? As songs go through, it goes through certain, you know, chapters of her life. Basically bring the song to life in a movie format. You know what I mean? I think that's just crazy. And it's just, I mean, you ain't got to put every song in, but, you know, make about 20, 25-minute mini movie and let that be the ending of it. Just a relationship that something happened and went wrong. Certain songs is the pieces to that puzzle, and at the end of it, you play that song the worst, and you see what happened. I think that shit would have been crazy. Like, man, like, I definitely think that other artists that see people like Jhene Aiko that has potential to just help use what they got to better what, you know what I'm saying? Like, Kanye should have came. I'm just what I would love to see, you know, came and just seen that and just wrote a treatment for him working with Childish Gambino. You know what I'm saying? I think they could have came up with something great. You know what I mean? Like, you could have had like the male interest from a male perspective of a situation that probably could have happened. She probably could have went to Drake for that, or whoever, what have you. But at the end of the day, I just think that EP, it could have been done in a bigger way to put her in a bigger plateau. Because I think, if I'm correct, ain't she signed to Def Jam? So I just think that they really dropped the ball on that. Her team, she needs the right team around her to just take her to the next level. Because I think that long as she gets away from that, she's like being like Cassie, or she's the better version of Cassie, she needs to find her own niche, and I think she found that. And once she does that, I think she'll be in the game for a minute, because I don't want her to just come, drop an album, maybe a couple more mixtapes, and then people forget about her. You know what I'm saying? Because she's not the type that's really out there shaking her ass and all depressed on some K. Michelle type bullshit, where it's like, oh, I'm a turn up bitch, but then, oh, I got beat, feel sorry for me. No, fuck that, I'm standing up. Fuck that, I'm single. Oh, I'm lonely. And you know what I'm saying? I think she just got to find her own lane, her own niche, and I think that she can do that. But definitely, man, I don't mean to talk your heads off. I just get so, you know, revved up when it comes about music. So I love music so much. But I definitely think that Jhene Aiko gonna do good, man. I'm definitely picking up a copy, one for me, one for my girl. I may even grab one for my mom, you know, and put her onto some new music. You dig what I'm saying? But y'all let me know what y'all think. This a real track list. If it is, you think that it seems like it could be a possibly good album, a classic album. I know that's probably too soon to be saying. But who would you love to see her work with? Because I'm glad she didn't overshadow her album with just rap features, because then that'll take away from who she is as a person. I do believe that. Like, oh, okay, she got Kendrick again, or she ain't got Drake, so it's going to take away from her story. But just adding certain elements helps it. Because this Cocaine 80s and Common, I think that's a great look. Probably could have had Childish in there somewhere, you know what I'm saying? And maybe Drake, just somewhere in there, doing something to the song or whatever. But let me know what y'all think. You know what I mean? Sorry I talked your heads off, but I just had to get that off my chest, man. The greatest, man. Me. That's what I mean. You. Thanks for watching. One.